your relationship is just going through any crisis, or is it really ending? Does it seem easy to have this answer? Oh, no. If I'm not happy, it's because it's ending. If we argue a lot, it's because it's ending, isn't it true? There can be many reasons for you to be going through a relationship crisis, including reasons that have nothing to do with the relationship. Now, making this distinction whether it's a crisis happening within you or within your partner is the following fact. The things that are happening speak of the Titanic sinking. That's a different story. Let's find out how to know if it's just a crisis or if your relationship is really ending. That's what we're going to talk about today. I'm Emma, your relationship coach, and this is another video. So, let's go together. But before I tell you whether it's just a crisis or if the relationship is really ending, let's take care of our relationship. If you're already subscribed to this channel and part of our family, we appreciate you. Subscribe, hit the like button on this video to support it, and ring the bell for notifications so we can avoid a major crisis in our relationship. Let's aim to be a family without crises forever. As if a crisis-free family were possible. But let's get to it. So, are you going through a tough time in your relationship, or have you certainly been through one? Sometimes you wonder, my God, has our love ended? Have we really reached the end? That's the question that hits, but sometimes relationship crises have nothing to do with the relationship itself. Sometimes you're dealing with a big work problem. Sometimes the person you love is having a big issue with their original family, not the family you built together. The second question is, are your expectations in this relationship realistic? Sometimes, it's not the relationship that's in crisis. Sometimes, I have expectations that are simply unrealistic. The other person can't give me that, they don't have it to give. It's not that they don't want to, they physically, psychologically, or temperamentally can't. So skipping, they never want to go to parties with me, so-and-so never wants to do this with me, they don't want to, or they really can't manage it. It's not about them. But it was different when we started. Forget the person you started living with, people change, just as you have changed. And yes, over the course of the relationship, people change, and sometimes the expectations I have start to become unrealistic. Sexual expectations, for example, as we become more intimate, sex ages. Those bursts of sexual energy tend to fade, not as frequent anymore. So, is what I want realistic? Sometimes, the other person can't express as much affection as I would like, out of ignorance. Sometimes, the other person isn't at the same level I am because when I met them, we were on the same level, and suddenly I moved forward while they stayed behind. That's possible. It's possible for me to mature, develop, move ahead of the other person. It doesn't have to be a criticism, you know why? Because understanding things, maturing, learning new things, all encounter internal obstacles. So not everyone learns, matures at the same speed. So ask yourself, are the expectations I have realistic? Are they possible? You'll have two possibilities. Yes, your level of expectation is realistic, and the other person doesn't meet it because they no longer care as much about you. And then yes, then you have something to start thinking about whether this is a sign that the relationship is in crisis or maybe ending. Now, another possibility. So ask yourself this question and distribute it across these 3 levels I've given you. And the third question is, does living with the other person make me a better person? No, the other person isn't obligated to meet all your thoughts and fulfill all your desires. That doesn't make a better person. What I'm trying to say is, does living with the other person make me a better human being? If not, you need to start asking yourself about it. If living with a person you love makes you more selfish, more violent, less charitable, emotionally more miserable, well, definitely, living with that person isn't making you a better human being. Another thing that can happen is when the other person always tries to belittle me, always tries to diminish me, always tries to say that I won't succeed, even though many times I might not, but I don't need to say it here. I love that sometimes I see that the person I love won't achieve something, but why should I say it? Let life say it. When I say it, I'm just undermining the other person's confidence, and that doesn't make the other person better. And becoming a better person sometimes involves such simple things, you know? I have a patient who is very annoying. He knows he's annoying. He recognizes that he's annoying, and there are times when he becomes unbearable. But he's very grateful to his wife, because when he's in a major annoyance crisis, she doesn't mind, she lets him go through his annoyance. And that makes him a better person because as she does that, she understands that it's not about her, it has nothing to do with her, it's about his life wounds. He's starting to be less annoying because he has space for his annoyance, so much so that he gets sulky, she says where to stay, and when it's over, he comes back. And that gives a breather. Her criticism doesn't pull the rug out from under him, understand? This will also help the other person to be a better person. Now you must be wondering, alright, I've realized that the crisis my relationship has been going through isn't just a little crisis related to other things. It's really at risk of ending because I've asked myself these 3 questions and answered positively. Now what do? Do I drown in the Titanic sinking? No.